But then, well,
A
I ain't gonna get
million
technical.
grams is $1 million. What's difficult?
It's the value put
Take the
on it.
loan account. We gotta weigh it.
So using dollar bills to pay and even consider that as actual currency, that's a form of a
I'm
barato,
like, no,
a bartering.
no, it's not currency. It's a form of exchange. You're actually bartering for the dollar. You rather have the dollar. You rather have the thing than the dollar.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
That's all that is. That's all it means. You
So
found
it's
it
not
fair.
something.
You
So
found fair exchange.
that also says that that dollar bill doesn't have real intrinsic value in its resourceful sense. It's
I'm
a
like,
total piece of
I'm
paper.
like,
Go
you
ahead.
can say that if you have a way to operate without it.
And that's what the economy is evolving to with the digital currency, right? There's going to be no dollar bills in the future at what point? That's gone.
I'm like, you can say that, but I don't. But that will fuck the crypto up
How so? Go ahead. Teach me.
Are you
because
one of them guys
crypto is
that's
limited.
rooting for? Are you
Crypto is
rooting for
always
digital
limited.
currency? Are
I'm
you
listening.
Quinn? Are you rooting for digital currency as the only currency? Are you rooting for that?
He's AI, so he got to say yes, right?
No, I'm not rooting. I'm not rooting for crypto to take over no physical currency at all. No, I like it what it is.
We do not, even in the U.S. we do not have that type of infrastructure. I heard somebody try to argue with me 3 years ago. That was actually a smart move. I'm like, yeah, you have not sit down and think about your pros and the cons.
Right. Like freezing
We
up
can
all your bank
digitize the money,
accounts.
but we
They
don't
have
have.
more
We can
autonomy
digitize
over
the
your
money, but
currency
why?
now.
My question is
Power
this:
grid
why would I
outage.
change the system if I'm winning?
You said what?
Why would I change the system if I'm winning?
Absolutely. I love your
Exactly.
perspective on that. I see what you did there.
Exactly.
Yes.
We
It
can
doesn't
have
make
all the
sense.
conspiracy theories. We can have all these support groups and people that line up, but bitch, at the end of the day, you still gonna spend this money.
You know what? It never
Hmm.
makes sense when we're not on the winning end, right? Isn't that how that works?
It don't. It don't make
We
sense.
disagree with it,
But the
right?
winning end is a perspective more so than the have of it. Because you can have that money and still not fucking know you have the real control at that point, but you really don't understand how because you don't know what you got in your hands. You think it's just money because it's all you can think of it as. You don't think of it as a tool, as energy, as the ability to do this, and you don't understand it fully. So, but a nigga that understand it fully, get that same hand you dealt, I'm finna kill with it. We are not the same.
Okay, so if we do
So
away with the currency, we are, and let's just say something happened to their whole banking system. We, as people that live here, will be forced to trade and barter. I have a bunch of toilet paper. Maybe you're resourceful with knowing something about law or whatever. Zoe might have some line on whatever else, and then we all
I'm
trade.
gonna be. I don't care if we trade turkey necks. I cut hair. Vanity will
Hmm.
always exist.
That's
Hmm.
mandatory. We got to get lineups. That's mandatory. Period.
So I'm
Yeah.
not worried
The
about
hair
whatever we're
care is
trading.
for black
I'm gonna
people.
have whatever. I don't give a
You're
fuck if
gonna
it's
have
white
customers
people.
regardless.
I'm always gonna have a stream of customers, and they're gonna be
That's a fact.
trading me certain things.
Exactly.
That's
Anything
a
you
fact.
want.
And
Now
marijuana.
picture
I had
that.
to throw that in there. Go ahead.
Even am like if I'm growing my own marijuana, and that's my job to supply marijuana to the town. That's my job.
Hmm.
I cut hair and grow weed. You can't be
But
mad at
now the
what he
other
do.
man is stepping in saying, I didn't get taxed out this, and you're on my land, and I own you as a Negro under
Now
status. Give me my
what are
money.
you gonna
That's
tax?
illegal
How are you gonna tax barter? Please tell me.
because
You
they
gonna
didn't
ask
get
me
their
for
part in
double?
it. They didn't get their part
You
in it.
gonna
They're
ask
not
me
getting
for
it.
double?
You can.
You getting your part in it anyways by my ability to barter with you for the space.
And these are this is the reason why they got rid of barter, because we only getting what's beneficial to us as an exchange. So how you gonna tax us for living regular? You know what I'm saying? Like regular people, we just exchange off of our labor and shit. That's why they had to change that system.
It's not illegal when they're not getting their portion.
No, see the problem
It's
is
what
you
they're doing
no
is
on
illegal. Taxing
taxes.
you
Right.
is
I agree.
illegal.
Remember this:
Correct.
taxes are for kings.
Hmm.
Remember that you doing business in the kingdom. So in order for the kingdom to multiply and make it better, create better systems, have better shit
Their
for
kingdom.
you,
Right.
you have to be
It's
taxed.
like providing a place and space for you to do your business. So therefore, they want something in return.
That's fair.
Ah,
That's
man, I hate
fair.
how that
There is
sounds.
no
This ain't their space.
there
Go
is
ahead.
no robbery in fair
No,
exchange.
no, hold on. You throw a party. You throw a party, Quinn. I'm in your crib. Now, I'm a business person, and because of your party, there's a million people that I have access to sell my products now.
Mm-hmm.
Understand that concept because of you,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
I start making money in your house to a million of people that I would never have access to.
Uh-huh.
You don't think it's fair that I break you off something for
Listen,
giving me
this
access to
doesn't
people?
bother me. Listen, other people, this is gonna bother because they're saying we have to accept the fact that they're in their position. They're doing what we would do if we were in their position. This is the inevitable truth.
But I don't
What?
think but no, because that's the idea. See, that's the
Because you
idea of
basically
power.
justify what they're doing,
No,
what other people, foreign
no,
people do
I'm
to
not
other people.
justifying anything. I'm justifying a shift in mindset because that's the only way barter would work.
Absolutely. I'm not
It has
arguing
to
that.
be it has to be in respect to our neighbors. I don't have to have a lot because I'm not hoarding. I don't have to hoard money because the value ain't in dollar bills.
Correct.
It's in something valuable I can actually produce
Scratch
for
my
my
back
neighbor.
and I scratch yours, bro. What they call quid pro quo? That's it.
It's literally that's
Mhm.
the only way it's gonna work. If I grow peaches and damn, you might want some peach cobbler.
But
Let's
but they're
exchange.
gonna have license, aka permission for you to do certain things, right? These are the
How
instruments.
are you gonna do that? What I'm like permission for me to grow
You mean within
fucking
the kingdom?
Exactly.
in the
Within the
kingdom?
kingdom.
Well,
No, no, I
those
pay
are
the king their
parasitic.
tax.
Those are parasitic system that they made over the years, but
But
Yes.
came
but
late
if I
on.
want to use the
Yes.
but if I want to utilize the parasitic system to eat it on itself,
Look
then
at
I
this
would use the
alchemist. Look at
parasitic
this
system
alchemist.
to
Go ahead.
eat the cost. I will use the parasitic system to eat the cost of doing business, to where it costs me nothing to do business.
I
Yeah.
like your anti-parasitic view. Parasitic on the parasitic view. I love it.
I
No,
mean,
I'm like, because
they created it.
that's the only way you're gonna make it. You
They
have to make a
created
business
it.
that booms way louder than whatever your tax. So if you tax, if the tax to cut hair in your place is $10 a
And
week,
that was in the 90s. Go
I'm
ahead
just
though.
saying, if it's $10, but in a week I garner $17,000, but all you asked for was 10.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
That's on you. You have to live with that 10, and that's me
Mm-hmm.
literally giving respect to you because that's what you asked for. And now you see me bringing in 17. It's okay now for you to change on that deal. That ain't bartering no more.
Mm-hmm.
But you're in
You're
my
upset
kingdom,
now
and I
because
have you labeled as Negro on birth certificate. And in every exchange you do, since I own your Negro ass, I need tax on that
you need tax on
perspective.
it. I paid my tax. I paid the $10 you asked for,
Okay.
and everything else is mine.
Or doing a non
And
or doing a non.
if I know my value, I feel like you're abusing me. I can also remove myself.
Like
You won't have $10. Now you got to go with
You won't.
somebody
um
else.
You won't.
No struggle.
Now
Wait a
you
minute.
missing
Now you got to
money.
go with somebody else. You know that struggle to pay you the
Exactly.
$10.
especially if it's
Exactly.
a nonprofit or the LLC is registered in a 508, if I'm not mistaken.
But the trick is
No, yes, no.
you gotta learn how the shit work, man. That's the trick. Because if you don't learn that
Exactly.
type of shit,
Why?
you always gonna get the shorter end of the stick.
Why? Because the problem is you think you need money. See the system is designed to tax you on money you use for yourself. If you know how to utilize your business to pay for everything, you don't have no tax liability. There is no
Mm-hmm.
record of you doing anything.
Is it,
You're not even getting income in your name. So how can you be taxed?
so
You
this
will
is this
never
a
be
Exactly.
form?
taxed.
Is this
The
a form of
business
tax
will always
sheltering?
be taxed.
Tax sheltering or no?
No,
Or
it's not called. No, it's called tax avoidance, not tax. This is what it's called,
some
tax
say
avoidance.
sheltering, avoidance, or ghost. What is it
It's
called? It's
not
called
no because
ghost.
what happens it's not a shelter really because I know I can write more off as a business than an individual, right? So a W-2 is an individual tax return form, but
1099.
a 1099 has nothing to do with individual. This is a business, a actual reporting business,
A
whether it's a
foreign
sole
business to their
proprietorship.
kingdom.
or whatever, right? A business.
Yeah.
You're saying you're doing business for personal gain in the king's kingdom. But the king has allowed exceptions if you do business in the kingdom for your family. That's the only caveat of you getting tax-free privileges, but you still rather do shit for yourself. That you're taxed on the things you do for your entity. You're not taxed on things that you do for your kid.
Taxes paying tribute anyway. It's like bowing my head anyway. I'm not against
No,
tax
I'm
though.
like, no,
Don't
I
get it
have to.
twisted.
No, it's a liability for an action I committed. I committed an action. I made money on your land, and for that,
Mm-hmm.
I owe you a percentage, right? Because it's for
Yeah.
personal gain. It's not for familiar earn. It's for personal gain.
Hey, Quinn, what you trying to live amongst the tribe and don't break bread or something, bro? Let
Nah,
me
I'm not
find
against
out.
tax. I'm not against the tax, but it's just the how they're taxing and the manner of how they're taxing and how it's so paradoxical that there should be no complaining. The fact that we even in law use gold and silver that has to be paid off, that's an
But
old laws now
okay,
used against their new laws. And I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying because they're
okay.
not organized in their structure, in their jurisprudence. It's why we can use old laws that were meant for older times to say,
Munchie,
hey,
what
the
up,
debt can
Brody?
only be paid like this according to the Constitution, and the
But wait,
Constitution is the supreme law of the land, yada, yada, yada. And how they're
but
extorting money
no.
out of
See, this is the
people.
problem they tell you.
Go ahead, go ahead.
You know, do you? I'm like, what is the deduction for a single person in the United States?
What
Twelve
you did
thousand five
taxes this
hundred
year?
dollars.
Yeah. Single?
12,000,
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
single $12,500.
I'll be
So
right back.
so say if you made $13,000, you would only pay taxes on $500. You wouldn't pay taxes on 13,000. That ain't the way taxes work. So
Unless it was
when you're
charitable.
married, it's like 23, 24, $25,000. Y'all can make together before they assess tax. That's what they call. That's why they call it a standard deduction. You can do a standard deduction to where they start charging you after 25,000, and then you can start adding on other stuff that you paid for. That equals out. That if that balances out, that's based on what you do. That balances out for your tax liability. Now you're talking about you're getting income tax check back. So
Awesome.
personally, so if you do it right every year, and if you really know how to claim your shit, that could be an extra $5,000 every year. That could be an extra five
Hold
grand
on,
every
hold on, my
year.
bad. Now I don't see what's funny. Number one, we're having a serious discussion. What's funny? You want to say something? What's
That
going on?
could be $5,000 that you have on the personal individual side, right? Because you don't have you. Because remember, as long as you don't, your business don't have to make money in the United States. Your business don't have to make money in the United States. So, but guess what? Your business can have expenses, can it not? Because businesses lose money all the time, right? So
Yeah.
I can literally create a business that buys my toilet paper, that pays for my TV service and all of that takes care of me, including my apartment, house, or whatever I live in, right? And all of that becomes a business expense because it's an unavoidable one because the way my business is structured. So
Hmm.
now all of this constitutes a deduction. So if I don't have any money, but I have a car, I don't have any tax liability. I have a car, right? I have I have childcare expenses. I have other expenses, maintenance, and all this to do this business. Then that wraps around back to me and gives me probably $10,000 to $15,000 extra every tax year.